It is time to douse yourself in the ocean, in a great lake, any large body of water, you yourself as a physical, and most importantly, things that you put on your altar. If you have an altar, it's time to put buckets or bowls of water and sink items that you would like to consecrate, sanctify. Bring the holy water to the altar. Take a cup of water or a bowl and bless the water and tell the water, I want you to cleanse and consecrate everything on my altar. I want you to help me remove the conditionings and the deep subconscious programming. I would like to increase and enhance my abundance. Water and drowning things, including and especially yourself, whether you take a bath, completely submerge yourself in an ice bath as another example. These are things that you want to do during a Neptune retrograde. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button early. This is your AstroShaman inspiring brilliance with spiritual accountability and occult practices. And we're doing a lot of that within our membership. So come and check us every first and third Sunday. We meet up. We have new members. Welcome to those new ones. Welcome and thank you for those who've been supporting. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. This is the Neptune retrograde. I'm going to give a forecast for all 12 zodiac signs as for what I feel you will benefit from the most. Now, the reason why during this Neptune retrograde you want to douse your altar in things in water is because of Uttara Bhadrapada. It's a nakshaktra. It is a constellation in the sky, and it represents the Pisces constellation. Is completely contained in Pisces. There's no bleeding in of Aquarius or no bleeding in of Aries. It's just Pisces, and it is ruled by Saturn. So we have to understand that this Neptune retrograde, this particular area that it's in, is ruled by Saturn, and it's about materializing your deepest internal wisdoms and introspections. Okay, do a tremendous self-examination of the house that we describe and show you, and work through the Kundalini energy. This is a very internal, highly mystical and spiritual time to be alive, to remove the boundaries, which is what Neptune wants to do, to take the illusions and the delusions and help you separate your fate from pre-existing realities that do not actually help you to materialize the material beauty that you have cultivated and consecrated at a deep internal level. That's why this is a Kundalini rising energy. This is a time frame not for fire breathing, but for more meditative types of breath that calm and slow the nervous system and allows you to drown out the noise, drown out the emotions that are either violent and or just tremendously chaotic on that other side of the Pisces fish. Okay, this is a external versus internal combination with the removal of the verse and separation altogether. So a couple notes: this is a binding snake energy. It's considered the snake of the deep or the serpent of the deep. You want to disconnect from the real world without any satisfaction and submerge yourself into the imagination or detach from the day-to-day fears. If you find yourself doing this during a Neptune retrograde, whether through drugs, through oversleeping, you're going to put in what you're going to get back. So understand, whatever you put in during a retrograde, it will come back tenfold. So instead of just being overly sleepy and being overly dependent on drugs and escapes from reality, that's not how this nakshaktra wants to manifest with the Neptune retrograde. Neptune retrograde prefers you to actually implement your meditation practices. It prefers you to actually start to do drawing as a form of escape, and painting and playing your flute and playing the drums or the xylophones, or listen to the, and I want you to dance your spirit away. Right? Neptune retrograde wants you to do things like this to free yourself, to liberate your spirit. Now the key is, this is a two-side. This is a highly spiritual mystical sign, but the people who identify as spiritualists and, you know, light workers and anything of that high, you know, divine love and consciousness, you can't deny and denigrate or crap on the material world and people who don't seem to be as spiritual as you, or as you know, open within their mindset to the divine, to the world of demons and angels and you know, dragons and unicorns and other mystical understandings of, you know, energetic ancestors walking and sitting and eating with you. You can't denigrate and crap on them and treat them like they're less than, because that already by default makes you not spiritual in any way, shape, or form, right? That puts you in this superiority and a hierarchy facet where you're creating more separation. And that goes for the other same vice versa for people who don't believe in spirit, who don't believe in the unseen energies and being able to sense that something is in my environment, but it's actually a very positive white light type energy. You're welcome to stay. Or no, this is a very negative influence. I need to sage the house and get you out of here now. These are the time frames where those people can't deny the spiritualists either. Any part of that on the left or right is a flat out illusion of the dichotomy between the external and internal, between, you know, spirit and the physical. This is Saturn ruled, like I said, meaning it's about taking and manifesting in physical concrete reality. It's going to work very well with Saturn and Pisces, which if you watch my other video with all 12 forecasts, it is about the fire, the burning, okay? But this one is about the drowning. So one is more aggressive, it's passionate, it's like, go ahead, go out there and get it. And this one's more like, we'll make it there through our breath work and singing and dancing and running and acting and so... right? It kind of gets there in that very gentle, calm, compassionate. Notice my voice. It is a very auditory energy. It's at the tips of the wings of Pegasus, the Uttara Bhadrapada in the constellation in the sky. It's just the tip of the wings, and as a part of it, it represents adoration, being able to speak and draw in and be a ruler with your kind, gentle, and empathetic voice, and people want to listen, and you draw them in and they feel, wow, this is the true Senate, this is the true Congress, this is the true queen or king, this is the one I want to listen to, rather than the iron fist, everybody do what I say. That's not going to work for this one yet. And understand simultaneously you will go back and forth because Saturn is in retrograde as well at the same time, and that one is fiery. Even though it is in Pisces, a war sign, it is about karmic flames. It's about Homa, fire rituals, burning and cleansing through fire. You've seen I did and burned my ID the other day. Now let's get into the forecast for all 12 zodiac signs. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and the likes button on this Neptune retrograde. I'm going to do the best I can to knock this one out of the park. Make sure you check out our membership if it's for you. I will see you soon. Okay, Aries, here we go. You want to extract the essence of your spiritual being out. And this is the main one where you will benefit from soaking in the pool, soaking in the tub. You're the main one. You're going through the 12th house transit and is ruling your 12th house. This is the next level forms of mysticism, but you are still a fire sign. So as much as this is about consecrating through water, you are going to be the ones who will need to use water and fire. When you feel your flame is too dim, it's time to get out of the water. When you feel your flame is roaring too strong, it's time to get back into the water. This in this Neptune retrograde is going to be the most beneficial for you to do these themes of meditation, qigong, breath work, you know, you name it, instruments, playing, dancing, acting, and you want to be very active with your forms of intuition, Aries, and that's how you're going to maximize your timeline in the alternate and present, the physical and external realms of reality, existence, and coexistence with all things magical, mystical, and beyond, Aries. So hit the thumbs up and the likes button if you resonate and vibe with this. Drop the Aries down below in the chat if you made it this far. All right, Taurus, you are in the process of looking at your aspirations and the people that you connect with and talk to and network with and actually drowning them out. So what I would like for you to do is to take a photo of you and your friends and put them on the altar and let that photo, even if you put it in a plastic to not ruin it, to float on your altar in a bowl of water. Okay, I would say at least like 3 to 4 days minimum, up to a week. Now, if you want and you realize that these connections are bad, maybe you don't put them on your altar, but you put them on your secondary altar. I have like 3 altars, and you do let that picture drown without the plastic to protect it, so that you can say, look, I want this to softly disintegrate, because I know these people are not good for me, which is why maybe you won't put them on your altar unless you create an extra protection barrier and yada yada yada. But that's a different story. Okay, I can't supervise that on this particular forecast. But if you want to literally surrender the groups and communities, or at bare minimum what they symbolize. So it doesn't have to be a group of your friends, but something that symbolize the networks that you're connected with, the conferences that you go to let this softly dissolve like the umbilical cord from a mother to her baby, rather than cutting it in a violent fashion, which disconnects way too quickly. All right, Taurus, hopefully you enjoyed that. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, drop the bull if you made it down to this chat below, and thank you for enjoying this Neptune retrograde. Gemini, during this Neptune retrograde, it's your parents and the rule and the dominion and the control that they have had over your mind and over your spiritual practices, and how you implement your spiritual practices or refuse to based off of a condition that you may or may not be aware of. It's time to become very effective and efficient with how you disseminate your ideas around the topics and realms of spirituality, so that you can dissolve the control that parents or governing factors over your mental capacities and facilities have been negatively impacting you. It's time to softly let this go. And again, do this through water. Water and air work very well together. It allows your ideas and your speech to no longer be sharp and essentially painful, and rather to speak without harm, to present your ideas in a way that is very beautiful, it's very elegant, it's very soft, it's very gentle, and it's very much receptive. You want people to listen to your receptivity and your initiative. And so do this in a soft, gentle way by adding a little water into your environment, by listening to a diffuser is what I'm hearing, because 10th house is your transit and it's the environment that you live in as well as what you go out into. So start meeting, communing around people, around fountains, out in public in society. Have your speeches near a water stream or a river in the background when you start to orate and present your spiritual well-being, okay, to the audience that you're here to share with, Gemini. Hit the thumbs up and the likes button, and I want you to drop the little wind air sign emoji with the leaf that's flying like this. If you made it down here, let me know that you're supporting us, and I want to say thank you, Gemini. All right, Cancer, this Neptune retrograde, it's a timeline where you should and could manifest by buying a ticket abroad, somewhere like Japan, somewhere like Austria, somewhere like the United States, if that's far from your homeland, your domestic land, and then do it and look at the guidelines very carefully, and then within less than 24 hours, take your refund back. Now, here's the thing that you can do and why this will be very beneficial for you. One, you're not losing anything financially speaking, but two, you're putting a manifestation out there that you want to go somewhere far away and then you want to come back, because that's what retrograde does. What you put in is what you get back. So if you put that in, it's going to be a manifestation. If you want to move abroad, Cancers, this is a beautiful, beautiful time to set that intention out there. And if not that, what you can do is you can send a letter to an address somewhere in Tokyo, somewhere in Bali, Indonesia. Send that letter out there and send essentially a love letter to yourself, something where you emotionally feel a connection to the land that you're looking to go to, whether it's through their ancestors that are different and unique to your own ancestors, connecting with the Seminoles, with the Black Seminole Indians if you're from New Zealand, connecting to the Indian tribes, if you go to Honolulu, somewhere far away, to any tribal ancestor. This Neptune retrograde will allow you to connect and actually gain the assets and the powers, the gifts and the prophetic abilities of unique cultures that are not of your own domestic ground and homeland. This is an option for you. It is not a requirement, but you can also do this by putting that water on the on your altar, and make sure that you consecrate a photo or even that letter that we spoke about, and let it just be in the surrounding area of the bowl of water. And you're going to realize that this Neptune retrograde will help you to dissolve the boundaries and barriers keeping you stuck to your domestic homeland. If you've always wanted to travel abroad, now's the time to do it with this 9th house rulership and 9th house transit, Cancer. We'll see you soon. Leo, you're one of the main ones that's working with the Kundalini energy. You're going through an 8th house transit with this Neptune retrograde, all right? And this is a beautiful time right now to work with using and putting your body, even your genitals, especially your anus, your caca hole, right? Your vagina, your anus, your penis, whatever your genital areas, put them and sink them in water. Now, when you're doing this, Neptune retrograde is asking me to tell you to put salt in that water and let it be a contained space where what comes out of you that is harmful, negative, as for a deeply entrenched emotion or psychic and frenetic frequency that is essentially, keeping you locked in a certain psychological mindset or psychological paralysis, Neptune is helping you to just flat out dissolve this. And what you can also do is pee in a bottle. Let that become your the dead nutrients that are coming out of your body, and literally put that on an altar. Now, if I'm you, I'm recommending that you actually cap that one, so you don't hear any smell any of the smell, or unless you're into that, because in all sincerity, the 8th house can be about these nasty gutter smells. And let that just sit on your altar and consecrate that, and understand that you have to program that water for what it means to you. This is Neptune. It's a very spiritual and mystical time where to the average mind, maybe that sounds disgusting, but what I'm telling you is you're going to ultimately use that same urine, which can do what? Urine analysis, or I forget the thing. But when you drink your own urine, this is the next level if you really want to. I would do some extra YouTube research and drink your own urine. What you do, you put those nutrients back into you, and what was once poisonous, toxic to you is now sitting there helping you heal cancer and other things like that. So this is a beautiful opportunity and time to do something very unique. That's not what you have to do, but it's a mystical time with Neptune and Pisces, and that's what I was told to do. So Leo, drop the king if there was something that surprised you, like 8th house does, and shocked you, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up and the likes button, Leo, on this Neptune retrograde. What's going on, Libra? You're the one going through right now. Oh, I'm sorry. What's up, Virgo? Virgo, you're going through right now the 7th house, Virgo. And first off, hit the thumbs up and the likes button early. And what's happening for you within your partnerships as the opposite sign of Pisces is an opportunity to get very in tune with the social, environmental relationship that you have in your own environment. The ways in which you talk to people, whether through the phone while being in your home or a place that you feel safe. It's time to go ahead and take this conversation and surrender the ways in which you overgive, overserve. And so one of the things you can do is put the water on the altar for you, Virgo, and especially in your home environment, especially if you live with your family being related very linked and close to Virgo, put something that represents communication, I'm trying to think, what the hell represents communication? I can't think of anything other than a phone or a calling card, because Pisces represents abroad, right? So a calling card, I grew up with African parents, and like they had calling cards at a point, if that even still exists, and put it on your altar, put it where you can start to remove the control that your immediate environment has over you, and actually open yourself up to the global and the interconnected web of harmony among all social values and all social forms of justice, not just only within your family dynamic. And what you're going to do is just unlock and open yourself to the more mystical sides and realms of being able to communicate with the divine and bring the divine down to earth, and bring the earth up back up to the divine, and be able to go ahead and seesaw that in a way that is probably going to be a process, but Neptune retrograde will help you to do that and guide you through all of its own mystical wisdom to release the boundaries and barriers that your immediate social environment has on your mindset and the way in which you become the best and do what you do better than anybody else, which is heal, Virgo. So if you made it here, it took me a second to get your channel message out, but hit the thumbs up and the likes button. I want to say thank you for being here. I will see you soon, and subscribe if you're brand new. Drop the Virgo down in the chat, letting me know that you enjoyed this, Virgo. What's up, Libra? Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. You're one of the main ones that's looking at your immediate environment and the conversations that are had in the environment, a little bit like Virgo, and you're letting go of the conditionings and the irrational fears to go ahead and speak up, to be brave, to be bold, and also to be a little bit dry in a way that still adds that dryness with the water, okay? By putting some photos of your family members, of the people you care about, of one that you're dating, that you're relating with, put them up on an altar and show them worship and love. Understand that by giving them and sharing your gratitude for them on your altar, you're feeding the creator within yourself. And so even if that person does not stay, your lover or your partner, your relator, they will find a way to relieve themselves from your altar, and somebody and something new, whether it's a drawing or painting of your ideal lover, of your ideal family that you're looking to create beyond the boundaries of the irrational fears that you've already been existing in, will start to manifest during this Neptune retrograde. So what you put in is what you get out. It's time to consecrate the items of this ideal family, of this ideal lover, and understand that it's going to be be a little bit of a up and down process for you, Libra, that you don't have to have all the answers, but you'll get the answers and you'll know what to do when it's time to do. Trust your first instinct, Libra. Neptune retrograde is here for you. Drop the scales, letting us know that you're going to balance all this out with ease and harmony, Libra, and bring yourself back to a true fruition of what it means to examine yourself deeply and love yourself like you love everyone else. All right, Libra, drop that scales and that likes button. I'll see you soon, Libra. Scorpio, what's up? Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. You're one of the main ones that's here to take risks. Neptune retrograde wants you to put a risk in. Okay, so now what can you do? What is risky to you? What represents something risky in your life? All right, this is a time frame to take items that you've gained from other countries, whether it's a sacred flute, it's a pipe that is for shamanic snuff, it is a feather that you found on the ground but in New Zealand, and now you put it back in your home in Mexico, or you found something in United States and you put it and you took it from Germany, right? It's time to put those items on the altar and sanctify them, consecrate them, bring the holiness to them, and let them represent the next risk that you're willing and ready to take, that is beyond the boundaries and barriers of everything that you've seen as possible, that locks you into a certain identity or mindset that you're refusing to let go of. All right, this is a time when Neptune retrograde is going to softly enhance and release you from different forms of father figures and egos that have kept you locked up, and you're a feminine sign that wants to be vulnerable. So this is a time to be a very emotional sign, to release the certain trapped ways in which you've withheld information and desires from other people because you've been afraid. Neptune retrograde wants you to let it all go, and is going to just easily, if you put that water and consecrate the things that relate to you, the items, the varieties, the sports, the risks that you want to take, especially out there abroad with your lover or otherwise, put it on the altar, let something represent that, and allow water to soothe this over. It's going to be a very calm and easy process. This one's not going to be traumatic for you. Okay, Scorpio, is going to be soft, gentle, and compassionate. Drop down the Scorpio, letting us know that you're letting go of that fiery burnt self, and you're inviting the ego, the bird that flies high above all of the traumas and pains. Thank you, Scorpio. We'll see you soon. Thank you for hitting that thumbs up and likes button, baby. What's up, Sagittarius? Hit the thumbs up and the likes button. Earlier, one of the main ones going through a deep introspection and meditation in this fourth house, ruling your fourth house. Your meditative practices, the breath work you do, the ways in which you take adventures by yourself, into yourself, deep, alone, into everything that it means to be the walking embodiment of love that you then share and audorate that love that you discovered and created for yourself out into the world, out into all the countries abroad, because of Pisces and because of you, Sag. This is a time frame where your spiritual practices, the time you take in private, inside your home, to go ahead and evolve, to blossom, is going to be above and beyond. What you put in Neptune retrograde is what you're going to get back. So I want you to put in a tremendous amount of love into yourself so that you can give that out in ample and wild amounts of copious admiration, joy, and gratitude for others. Spend most of your time right now putting love letters on the altar, and then put a bottle of water or a cup of water by that love letter to yourself on the altar, and let that represent how you share the wealth and abundance and optimism with everyone out in the world, following through in the next 6 months of this Neptune retrograde. If you made it here, drop that arrow down in the chat, letting us know you're Sagittarius in the chat. 222 on screen, 222 on screen. Thank you, Sagittarius, for hitting the thumbs up. We'll see you soon, baby. All my Capricorns, if you've had a tough relationship with your siblings, this is a timeline where it's going to get very easy. That you have the opportunity to put your siblings up on your altar and show that you love and you care for them. Okay. Other than that, it's a time frame and timeline where if you've been struggling to upkeep with the workload and the way in which you manage your documents, Neptune retrograde is going to say again, put something up on your altar, like a piece of paper, a letter, an envelope, something, a degree, an accomplishment. Put it up on your altar and let it represent the diffusion of allowing that accomplishment to hold and bind you down to a specific identity in society, and allow yourself to expand beyond the fears of what it means to be who you were told to be, what you felt you needed to be, Capricorn. And it's a timeline where at the end of the day, I'm telling you, you're going to start to speak more effectively, more efficiently, and in a way that is going to ultimately help you start dealing tarot cards and other forms of divination with your hands. This is a Neptune retrograde, is a timeline where your ability to channel spirit from within you outwards is going to be otherworldly divine. And this is a wow, oh my God, transfer for you, Capricorn. Like yes. Drop the goat down in the chat below, because this is good news for you and I'm excited. Allow yourself to be that mystical self. We'll see you soon, Cap. Aquarius, you're getting ready to hit that thumbs up and the likes button on this Neptune retrograde to bring in the divine tools, the divine equipment that's going to allow you to harmonize your own physical body and your environment around you so that you can ultimately help the humanity within you. That's going to reflect externally outside of you. As you know, through deep self-examination with these spiritual divine tools, I'm talking the drums are coming your way. I'm talking the flute, the wooden flute is coming your way. I'm talking your voice and your ability to sing and heal as a singer is coming your way. I'm talking all forms of divine assets and tools that are innate to you. You're going to get your karmic weapons that are going to ultimately be a hope and peace dealer out in the world. Aquarius, this is something that I think is tremendous. It's marvelous. Like at the end of the day, you're going to start to make money by expressing this divinity in this Neptune retrograde to the world at large. And this is something that, oh my God, like, do you feel it? Are you feeling it? Wow, I'm feeling it, Aquarius. Getting ready for this lightning shock of material assets that you have been developing deep within your soul that are ready to manifest externally. Drop that lightning bolt there. Let me know you're in the chat as you hit the likes and the thumbs up button supporting this channel, Aquarius. I'll see you soon, baby girl. Okay, Pisces, if you love who you are, it's time to get that much closer to becoming better and more in tune with who and what you are, how you are, when you are, what timeline of you do you want to be and become. You have an opportunity with the Neptune retrograde to become and manifest that from the internal outwardly with the click of a finger and one step on the gas pedal, going full throttle into the soft, slow, alternate and etheric form of your literal being. The key with this is, what timeline of you would you like to manifest over this next 5 to 6 months during the Neptune retrograde? Because at the end of the day, that's all you need. Thank you, Pisces. Drop the fish down below, letting us know that you're stepping into this etheric body, this etheric personality, this etheric way you dress, and the style in which you do your hair, and just be and walk like the divine celestial princess that you are, Pisces. And the world is going to benefit tremendously as a part of it. Hit that thumbs up and a likes button and drop those 2 fish, letting us know your etheric inner outer is combining and you're bringing us back to unity. All right, baby girl, we'll see you soon.